Hey everybody, hope you guys doing alright. So, I've been leaving comments saying essentially just that there's starving kids, there's children starving to death right now, and I hope that we can all do more to help them out. And I felt kind of bad initially doing it because it's like, I'm kind of being, pretty forward and blunt on like me knowing what's best for everybody. But when you think about it, like there is a way to gauge these things, all right? There is a measurement that we can use to measure what should be helped out more than something else. And I think it's fairly safe to agree, like I'm being a little presumptive, but I mean, they're starving children, bro. Like really, what's more important, like what is more of a dire need of help than helping out a child that doesn't even have enough food to eat? Doesn't matter if they're over in Africa or they're right here in our home base. What could be more important than that? Or starving children or even abused children. Like they're in one and the same thing. Now, these are sex rings and all this pedophile shit. That is much harder to get at than starving children. That's much more unknown than starving children. Like we even know exactly where they are. That problem. Like as far as the underground abuse with all that shit, we don't know where they are. Like that's still largely a big question mark. But we know exactly where these children are starving to death in Africa. So there's really no good reason why we aren't doing more to help them out. And me leaving those two sentences on people's pages gets them to see the world in a different way. My intent is that people will start not focusing so much, they will stop, first of all, focusing so much on their own lives, their own personal desires, myself too, their own selfishness, their own ego, their own channel, their own, what they think is right. They're going to hopefully stop doing that so much, not completely, but so much, and at least redirect some, if not the majority of their attention to solving the starving kid situation. Because in doing so, in us coming together in this way, in that type of a way to helping that situation out, we will develop the team and the movement and the equipment and the supplies and the organization necessary for us to be prepared to be victorious. Like that's going to give us a much better shot at being victorious against this foe as opposed to where we are now. If we continue on the way we are right now, the majority of us are going to get slaughtered. Like it's like we're not learning the lesson unless we have something huge like this to focus on, something that the collective can focus on, that we can all choose to work on in our own different ways, that's going to help lighten our heart individually and collectively. This is how, like with Alex Collier, this goes back to Alex Collier, like 10% of the human population comes together in love. That's enough to push these evil ones off the planet. Literally, our energetic vibration from coming together in a unified, loving manner, which is what would be necessary to help these starving children out, that 10% of humanity doing that would be enough. That energetic reverberation would be strong enough, would be powerful enough, would be loving enough to push these evil motherfuckers away. Literally, like they would not be able to stay here on our planet. So it's really the most peaceful way to go about doing this. But it would need us, like we would have to go over there in force with weapons and training people and all this and that, and police those areas and control those areas, neutralize those areas, and teach the locals how to do so themselves. And when they're ready, we let them do their own thing and we watch from afar, and if they need assistance, we can help them out. But essentially, it's about training them, building them up, and then when they're ready, to let them flourish on their own. And then we can move to the next spot that needs help. But anyway, just this is why I'm going to continue doing it, because like it's going to show who's really cares about things that need more help. I mean, come on, man. I mean, whatever you're going on, like unless you're some terminally ill patient, in that case, then you need to worry on yourself. But if you're not, then you got a little bit of time extra. You have the ability to help out these starving kids, even if it's just to talk about it or to help spread the message. Even just us continuing to fucking send comments all over the place, that in itself will help spread the message, which will help unify and link up those that truly care about helping out the world for good. And then if you're going to do so, why not start with the fucking biggest problem first? Like, so it's the starving children. And from there, because in order to solve that problem, we need a supply chain. We need an infrastructure. We need security forces and training and all that shit. So in doing so, we develop the tools that we need to fight this beast and to survive. So, all right. Anyways, I love you guys. Y'all take care. Bye.